welcome back to my channel. I am NGWBASIL in case you don't already know, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make your half up half down ponytail wigs. So at the back we have like a half wig at the back, and in front here we have the ponytail wig. All right, and you can actually do it with any weave of your choice, be it straight, coily, whatever texture you want to do it in. You can literally just pop it on and just go about your day. This is so easy to make, and this is so easy to install also. It takes literally seconds. If that sounds like something you're interested in, then make sure you keep on watching. Love you. Mwah. First things first, I'm going to list out the things you're going to be needing for this tutorial. So the first thing I'm going to be needing is my weave. I got this from my local beauty supply store. It was just 6,000 naira, super affordable, and I actually think it did a good job. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need is a dome cap. You can use any dome cap of your choice, be it the mesh cap, but I'm going to be using the spandex dome cap today. Or you could also get half wig drawstrings like this one. I'm using the dome cap because it's just easy to access. You're also going to be needing a ponytail net. You could go ahead to use the drawstring one or this one I'm using. I'm also going to be needing wig combs and also bonding glue. And first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and put that dome cap on my head. I need this to be able to measure out how I want my half wig to be. You want to make sure you drag all the excess cap to the front of your head. Make sure every excess is at the front, and then you just want to go ahead and mark the behind of your ears. All right, this is where your half wig is going to start from, so you want to mark behind your ears, left and right, and then I'm just going to go ahead and place that on the mannequin head. All right, you do not have to draw the full line like a semicircle on your head. You can do that on the mannequin head, so it's a lot more smoother. So you can just go ahead to kind of connect the left and right sides together, so you get where your half wig is going to start from and where it's going to stop. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do is just mark out where I'm going to place my tracks. This is not important, but in case you're a beginner, I just kind of did that so you just get where you want to place your track. And you also want to consider how full your weave is before you mark out. All right, if you have so much wig, you can go ahead to use half an inch, all right, not 1 inch like I'm using. So it really depends on how much weave you have. So I'm just going to go ahead to draw out the pattern I'm going to be placing the weaves. You want to make sure you place your weaves in a U-shaped pattern. I'm just drawing this out for in case you're a beginner, just so you get the pattern. So you make sure it's a U-shaped pattern because that curve is going to kind of hide your weft and your track, so it doesn't show when you put it on. So just take note, make sure it's a U-shaped pattern. So I'm going to be using my bonding glue for this process. You can go ahead to use a thread and needle, but I just felt like going in with the bonding glue because it's way easier, guys. It's like super easier. Like if you use a bonding glue, you get done in like 30 minutes top. All right, so I'm just showing you the one method I used in doing this. I'm going to show you the second method. The first method is I just kind of measure out where I want my track to be, measure it out, and then after I measure it out, I cut it, and then I just go ahead to put the bonding glue all over the track, just the track, guys. I go ahead, put the bonding glue all over the track, and when I'm done, I just place it. But I really don't like this method. I like applying the glue as I go. I'm going to show you that in the second method. So before we get to the second method, if you could just hit that like button for me and also leave a comment down below, it will mean so much to this video because it's going to help me do a lot more better and reach a larger audience. So lovely, the second method, what I do first of all, I just apply a little bonding glue to my starting point, and then I just keep applying glue to the end, right? So I apply glue, place it, and then I apply glue as I go. I just kind of prefer this method actually. It kind of just helps me basically. I like it. It's less messier than the first method. All right, so whichever one works for you. And the other one, the first one, is actually more preferable when you're doing it on your own head, like when you're doing this procedure on your own head. But if it's not your head, then this second procedure works very well, but the first one works very well if you're just doing it on your own. So I just go ahead to the end of it, and then I just cut off the excess, and that's what works for me really. So basically this video is like really explanatory. Just take note of how I place the tracks because that's what's really important. Having it in a U shape makes the difference because your track is not going to show for any reason. All right, so this is just what I do, and it's super quick and it's super easy. All right, it's very easy. In case you're a beginner, this will work so perfectly for you, and it's quick. Like, I love anything that is quick. All right. So lovelies, this process is actually pretty repetitive until we get to the top of the wig. And when we get to the top of the half wig, what you want to do is you want to turn your weave around when you're placing it. I just find out this kind of gives it a little bit of volume, kind of just push the hair up, and also what it does is kind of hides the tracks, but it's not a big deal. It's very optional. If you don't want to turn the track, you can just go ahead to just do that. However, because the top of your ponytail is going to cover the track anyway, so it's not a big deal. You don't really have to hide the track, but I just prefer doing it because I just find out it just gives a bit of volume, if you know what I mean. So this is what it looks like after we're done. This is the final result. Of course, we're going to trim off the excess, but this is how it's looking like before we even put it on. You can already see that it's going to look absolutely stunning, and you can't see the track, which is what we were trying to avoid. And this wave is actually looking bomb, considering it was super cheap when I got it. I mean, I got it for just 6,000 naira from my local beauty supply store. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove the whole thing from the mannequin head. You're gonna get some glue on the mannequin head, but that's all right, it's gonna come off. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off that excess thumb cap that we have, and this is what it looks like. I went ahead to put the wig combs off camera, but you want to use like 4 to 6 wig combs depending on how much security you want. I just went ahead to put 4, but you could totally use 6 if you wanted to really stay, but with the 4 it was really good. All right, so now we're gonna go into our top ponytail. I'm going to be using this ponytail net, but I really didn't like it at the end per se. I would have actually preferred using a drawstring ponytail net, but the two works perfectly. All right, but I am just so used to the ponytail net, I think, the drawstring net. All right, so one thing I do, I just go ahead to place that on my canvas head, and I'm just going to go ahead and pin the net securely on my canvas head. You want to pin it very securely and very flat. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and sew my track on it. I didn't want to glue this process, considering I'm doing a double weft. I didn't want to actually use bonding glue, and it's just a little sewing, so you could just get into it and just sew it really. So for this ponytail, I actually wished I made it a lot more fuller, because I actually didn't think about it. I just thought it's fine. All right, but if I was to do it again, I'll make this part a lot more fuller, because considering it's what is going to come to the side and also what is going to come cover the back of the track, it wasn't really bad, but I would have just liked it fuller. All right, so I could easily distribute it to the side back. All right, but it came out beautiful at the end too. So I just do that. I just kind of sew that repetitively till I get to the top. So when I got to the top, I actually just kind of turned it to the back. All right, so I actually turned that to the back, and I just went ahead to pin that down again, and I sewed the track that was remaining. I just kind of flipped that over at the back, but I would not advise this. I was just trying the method I saw, but I don't advise it because of the ponytail net I'm using, because it has this glue on it, like the sticky part on it, and that keeps sticking to the weave, which causes it to tangle. So don't do this. All right, I just wanted to show it. Don't do it. I don't advise it. It keeps sticking and it keeps getting tangled. So I would have just done it to the front and just left it. So one thing to always keep in mind when you're sewing anything, any weft or so, you want to make sure you tie it securely. You want to make sure you end it well so it doesn't start losing from the top, because that will not be pretty. All right, so you want to make sure you always tie it securely. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach my wig comb on this. So I ended up using 5 wig combs. All right, you can go ahead to use 7 wig combs. I don't think you'll need more than 7 wig combs. That's for the top and the bottom, but I went ahead to use 5 and it was still okay and still very, you know, secured. All right, but anything that works for you works for you. So guys, this is what it looks like after we're done with this part. All right, so I'm just going to showing you guys the sticky part I talked about. It just kind of stick. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead to add weave to the ending of this sticky part. I'm calling it sticky part because I don't know the name, but I'm just going to go ahead to add the weave to it. You just want to wrap that around and sew with every wrap. Basically, that's what I did. It was really hard to get the needle through, but it still worked. All right, it can pass through, but it's just really hard to get through it. So after I'm done with that, this is what it looks like. This is the final look before we install. It came out really pretty if you ask me. All right, so now we're going to install this 2-piece that we've done. Yeah, I'm going to call it a 2-piece. We're going to install that. So I just went ahead to put the top part of my hair in a bun, and then the back I didn't braid it. I just kind of I'm plaiting it into one. So I'm just showing you guys the rough work I did. I don't really know how to do anything on my head, but if it's on the canvas head, I can work with it. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and pin that down, and see, it's already coming out bomb. Like, it's already pretty just like that. I'm just going to stick that in, and it's very secure, guys. It's actually really secure. So I'm just going to go ahead, stick the top, stick the side and the bottom, and that's it really, and we are out. Like, period. It came out super nice. Like, just see the back already. It's already giving what it should give, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this top. And guys, this top actually messed me up a little bit. I'm going to show you guys. I will show you because I mean I show everything. So the thing is that my bun was too high for this particular style because of the ponytail net I used. That's why I said I would have preferred a drawstring ponytail. So I actually had to go ahead to kind of shorten my bun and not make it so high. I'm going to show you guys. You see what it's giving? It's actually giving pineapple head right now. So I'm like, no, I went ahead again and put my bun in a smaller bun, and then I wrapped it again. You see how small it is here and how high it was before. You don't want to do that. You want to go ahead with a smaller bun so the hair can fall flat and fall well. So I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it the same way I did before, and this is what it's looking like. And then I'm just spraying water and conditioner. That's what I have in my bottle, and then I'm just going to flop that up a little bit. You just want to flop it up, and really, that's really it for this tutorial, guys. You see how pretty it came out. I was really impressed with the 2-piece. So I'm just showing you guys the side, showing you no track is showing, even though that is not going to show at the end of it. And then I'm also going to show you the back of the hair. I wish I actually flopped that out a lot more, but I couldn't see it as much as I could see my sides. So lovelies, this is the final look. It's really looking really pink, all right, if I do say so myself. Thank you so much for watching this video, lovelies. And if you're watching the end of this video, you already know you're the what? You already know you're the real MVP. Check out my other videos too. I love you, and I'll see you in my next week tutorial. Bye.